There are motorcycles that scream for attention, loud, aggressive, and futuristic. And then there is the Triumph Bonneville Bobber, which whispers confidence through its understated beauty and mechanical purity. For 2026, Triumph returns with a refined version of this legendary machine, ensuring the Bobber's reputation as the most authentic modern classic cruiser remains unchallenged. Rather than reinventing its formula, Triumph chose to elevate the experience, combining thoughtful updates, advanced safety systems, and subtle design refinements that make the 2026 Bonneville Bobber more versatile, comfortable, and relevant than ever before. It remains the same soulful motorcycle enthusiasts adore, only smarter and more polished. A legacy that lives through steel and sound. The Bonneville Bobber traces its lineage back to the post-war era when simplicity and raw performance defined motorcycling culture. Triumph captured that same energy when it first revived the model in the modern age, and in 2026, that legacy continues with reverence and restraint. At its heart lies the 1,200 cubic centimeters parallel twin high-torque engine, a unit that has become synonymous with British engineering excellence. Delivering around 77 horsepower and 78 lb-ft of torque, it's not a figure meant to impress spreadsheet analysts. It's meant to move the rider in the most visceral way possible. The torque arrives early and stays generous across the rev range, creating that signature bobber feel, effortless thrust with a deep, confident rumble. The low rev rhythm gives it a classic personality, and the carefully tuned exhaust note provides the kind of soulful resonance that only a Triumph twin can produce. Triumph's decision to keep this powertrain untouched for 2026 wasn't an oversight. It was a statement of confidence. This engine has proven itself to be both durable and delightfully engaging, requiring no reinvention to remain relevant. Instead, Triumph invested its energy into making everything around it better. Technology hidden beneath tradition. Beneath its vintage exterior, the 2026 Bobber carries a suite of modern electronics and safety systems that enhance the experience without intruding on the rider's connection to the machine. For the first time, the Bobber adopts an IMU-based cornering ABS and traction control system, giving riders peace of mind when leaning into turns or navigating slick road conditions. The system continuously monitors pitch, roll, and yaw, adjusting braking and power delivery with subtle precision. The addition of LED lighting not only improves visibility, but also gives the motorcycle a modern signature glow, ensuring better illumination without sacrificing its retro aesthetic. A small but practical upgrade comes in the form of a USB-C port, neatly tucked away for convenience, ideal for charging devices during longer rides. Triumph deserves credit for keeping these upgrades invisible to the eye yet invaluable on the road. The 2026 Bobber proves that technology can serve tradition, not override it. Comfort and range, built for more than a coffee run. Previous versions of the Bobber were admired for their looks and performance, but were often limited by practicality. Triumph's engineers clearly listened to feedback because the 2026 model introduces several key refinements aimed at everyday usability. First, the seat has been redesigned, now wider and thicker, providing superior comfort during long rides. The signature floating solo seat design remains, retaining that signature minimalist look, but it's far more forgiving after hours on the road. Next, Triumph addressed one of the most frequent criticisms: fuel range. The 2026 Bobber now features a larger 3.7-gallon, 14-liter fuel tank, allowing riders to travel farther between fill-ups. This improvement transforms the Bobber from a weekend cruiser into a legitimate road companion. The new lightweight aluminum rims not only reduce unsprung weight, but also sharpen the bike's agility. Combined with a finely tuned suspension setup, the result is a machine that feels both more planted and more responsive, maintaining its classic stance while improving handling balance. Design, minimalism perfected. From every angle, the 2026 Triumph Bonneville Bobber remains unmistakably beautiful. Its visual identity is rooted in minimalist purity, stripped of unnecessary clutter, yet rich in character. The long, low silhouette and single floating seat give it that unmistakable bobbed look, paying homage to the custom bikes of the 1940s while presenting it through the lens of modern craftsmanship. Triumph's designers have introduced fresh paint options, including jet black, cordovan red, and sapphire black, each accented by polished engine cases and brushed metal details. The spoked wheels, machined edges, and elegantly exposed frame create a cohesive visual statement. Functional simplicity elevated to art form. The updated headlight housing, subtle use of LED elements, and perfectly symmetrical proportions make it one of the most photogenic motorcycles on the road. Every bolt and curve serves a purpose. The result is not just a motorcycle, but a rolling sculpture that evokes nostalgia with a modern sensibility. On the road, grace meets grit. Riding the 2026 Bonneville Bobber is an experience that feels equal parts mechanical and meditative. The moment you fire up the engine, the twin-cylinder heartbeat fills the air with a deep, rhythmic thrum. Roll on the throttle, and the torque responds instantly, smooth, linear, and satisfying. The Bobber's low center of gravity and wide handlebars give it excellent balance and control, even at lower speeds. Whether gliding through city streets or flowing along mountain curves, the bike communicates with the rider through every pulse and vibration. Thanks to the cornering ABS and traction control, the Bobber inspires newfound confidence in all conditions. It remains true to its raw mechanical soul, but offers modern reassurance where it matters most. The brakes feel firm and progressive, and the chassis maintains composure even during aggressive cornering. Triumph suspension tuning finds a sweet spot between plushness and precision, soft enough for comfort, yet taut enough for sporty engagement. It's a ride that feels alive without ever feeling unpredictable. Value and market position. With a starting price of around $14,795, the 2026 Triumph Bonneville Bobber sits in an appealing position within the retro cruiser segment. While some American rivals like Harley-Davidson's Softail Standard or Indian Scout Bobber offer larger engines or louder personalities, Triumph's approach is more refined, focusing on craftsmanship, balance, and rideability. Where Harley emphasizes attitude, Triumph emphasizes artistry. The British brand delivers impeccable build quality, smooth performance, and precise attention to detail. The Bobber doesn't try to outmuscle its competitors. It outclasses them. The ideal rider. The Bonneville Bobber isn't for those seeking maximum speed or futuristic styling. It's for riders who appreciate the elegance of simplicity, the feel of torque-driven motion, and the craft of timeless design. It appeals to those who see motorcycles not merely as transportation, but as a form of self-expression, riders who crave a genuine bond with their machine.